What's up, y'all? Allie here, Richard here. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to go hit that subscribe button to stay tapped in with Road Trippin' all season long. You don't want to miss what we have in store. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, tell a friend to tell a friend. Road Trippin' is here. We're taking over.
Stop blaming us for what Perk says.
But Allie, can I say the quiet thing out loud real quick?
Please.
Deandre Ayton gonna find himself out of the league in the next 2 years. Real talk.
Not quiet.
I'm dead serious. He's gonna find himself out of the league the next 2 years if he don't clean some shit up. Things didn't work out in Phoenix, okay? Portland, it didn't work out. You were the number one pick, by the way. And now JJ had to bench you in the fourth. You only played 15 minutes, I believe it was, the game before that.
Hang on, I have to insert myself here. The game before that, he got poked in the eye and he did not return for the game. You can only see half of his eyeball. He left with a patch on and last night had to wear goggles. So I have to just insert myself right there.
Okay.
I'll cut you, bro.
I will not cut you. I will not cut you.
That may be true, Allie.
Yes.
But
just from that part,
the shit that I'm witnessing from him right now is disturbing watching him on the floor. He does nothing athletically. He's not going to lunge for basketballs. He's not going to make the extra effort. I just don't get it. Sooner or later, if I'm beefing with 10 people and 10 people and I got a problem with 10 people and 10 people got a problem with me, it ain't the 10 people that's the damn problem. Sooner or later, I got to go check myself. And just watching him, his body language, I could tell you this, and I'll pass it to Shannon and RJ. We all done played with LeBron James. Boy, I know the signs when LeBron is off your ass. You ain't even got to tell. Hey, look, I know the signs. I know the signs. And it's getting to that point. He just don't play with no damn force. It's a damn shame.
You want to go first, Richard?
No, you got it, Channing. You got it.
Basketball is the most subconscious game of all time. If you believe that your role really affects winning and this is who you are, you're going to go do that role to the best of your ability. You're going to do it every single time, whether you like it or not, because it affects winning. For instance, Mitchell Robinson probably hates his role, but he does it well. And he gets criticized for doing his role well, but he does it well, right? You can look at other guys in the league that have a lesser role at times than what they think they should. I think at times who Deandre Ayton thinks he is not the same as what he is and what affects winning. And when he gets in his feelings, it is subconsciously comes out in the game where he kind of pouts. Deandre Ayton will give you a game. Remember, I was here in Portland, and they basically let him go for nothing. He would have a game where he would have 20 and 12. But then you would look at the 20 and 12, and you would say, those are kind of rice cake 20 and 12s. You're really not, you're not an impact on the paint. You're not dunking on anybody. You're not getting out of your space rebounds. To me, his biggest thing is he has to buy in with who he is now. If he doesn't do that on this situation, it like Perk says, other teams, you think you want to put him on a young, developing team? They tried that in Portland, and they got him up out of here. Now look at the team.
I hope he figures it out. But at some point in time, you just have to acknowledge who somebody is and what they're giving you, and then you have to be able to pencil in that. It might be 15 and 9 one night. It might be 18 and 11. It might be 12 and 7 one night. And if that's who he is, you just got to be able to chalk that in, right? So you know what you are getting, right? You're getting a double-double pretty much if he plays 25 plus minutes. You're going to get a double-double. Now, is it the impact plays? Is it the extra efforts? That's something that he can continue to evolve on, but you still are getting a double-double. You got a starting center with a double that's giving you a double-double. That is something. Is he going to be this or the number one pick and all that.
No, it's not, Richard.
But no, I'm just saying.
Richard, stop that. No, just because he gets 12 and 10 does not mean he's having an impact.
I'm not saying he's having this huge impact. What I'm saying is he still gets you 12 and 10. Those dudes don't grow on trees. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not saying that you might not want more from him or expect more effort. I agree. We've talked about different players in their defense on the Lakers side and more effort. We've talked about other people and how they've shot the ball. So it's like we can look at holes in everyone's game. I'm saying what you can count on him for is a double-double. And so until something better pops up, that's who they got, and they got to make the best of them.
There certainly is some truth to when Deandre Ayton is playing.
Shit, hold on.
What happened?
He ain't just about. I'm gonna say this. You bringing up that double BS? I will take, and I guarantee you, if you go down the line and you go ask JJ, Luka, Braun, all the tops at the Lakers, would they rather have DeAndre Ayton 12 and 10, or would you rather have Steven Adams 5 and 8? Give me Steven Adams 5 and 8. I guarantee you it impacts winning more. See, that's the thing. We can't just keep getting caught up in the stat sheet. You know what I'm saying? The stat sheet at times is fool's gold. It's the same thing
Perk, we're not disputing that ultimately the Lakers want him to have a bigger impact and especially in like second effort plays and stuff like that.
First effort plays. Second, first.
We are going to move on from that. The one thing I will say is that the Lakers are 15-1 when DeAndre Ayton scores 15 or more. So there is some truth to a impactness that you need from him. Having said all of that, I think there's other fish that need to be fried above just DeAndre Ayton with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Ooh,
so when reporters asked him
in the NBA, how about that stat?
When reporters asked LeBron about what the Lakers were missing in reference to the trade deadline, he said, quote, "We're missing our star two guard, our all-star two guard," suggesting that they have a good enough team when healthy. Is Austin Reaves, I'm not saying he's going to come and solve everything, but I think there's the one thing we know about Austin Reaves.
He's averaging 28 a game.
He's averaging 28 a game, and he does apply some glue to this team and cohesiveness when he is available and out there.
Yeah, 28 a game. Those don't grow on trees either. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, he's going to help them, especially because they aren't exactly the best defensive team, right? And even they don't have the size, the athleticism, the versatility. So that means that if you're not, you got to lean a little bit more into the scoring punch of like how you're going to outscore teams, right? If that's your formula of success. And so when I look at getting 28 a game back, and D Wade said something really, really smart. He said that the Lakers are not constructed as like a 48-minute defensive team. He said that they're more constructed to be able to do it for a quarter and a half, for 5-minute stretches, for stretches at key moments. That's what they're truly capable of. And like the point that he was making is that they're not a 48-minute grinded out team. They don't have the personnel, but they can, for select moments, be good for longer stretches of times. That's what JJ is looking for. So the Lakers, they need more scoring because they're just not equipped to be a 48-minute defensive team.
I think this, when you score in Phoenix, we weren't known as a defensive team, but we were top 15 when we went to the Western Conference Finals. We were 10th. Our biggest thing was when we score, when we get good shots and score, getting to the paint or shooting open threes or getting good shots, we get our defense set. When you got a guy like Austin Reaves, if he's scoring 28 points a game, he's getting to the foul line, which is allowing your defense to set. He's taking good shots. He's getting layups and allowing your defense to get set for the Lakers. When you have guys taking off-balance threes or falling on the ground and, being slow to get up, you're in a defensive deficit and they're already slow. And like I said before this clip thing, it is crazy. They did a metric of who moves the least on defense in the NBA, and 1 and 2 for worst, right, were James Harden and Luka Doncic. They moved the least amount per game on defense. And so when you got guys who don't move like that, you got to slow the game down on the defensive end and speed it up on the offensive end. So having Austin Reaves be that extra scorer also helps their defense.
Perk.
No comment, Allie.
You sure?
Not because I'm not trying to. You know what? Fuck that.
No. It's okay. What's the next topic?
Perk. You're frozen, so I can only hear you breathing and huffing and puffing it out of anger towards Richard. No, I meant sighing at Richard.
Look, here's the thing, right?
There you are.
I mean, is there some truth to what D. Wade said? Absolutely. Is it the smartest thing in the world for him to say that? Fuck no. All the teams in the league have the personnel that they can play defense in spurts. I thought we was talking about the Lakers.
We are.
Okay, so when it comes to the Lakers, the reason why you go to a Laker game and people be saying, man, it's boring, that crowd wasn't into it. You know why? Because the Laker fan base is spoiled. You know why they're spoiled? Because they don't really give a damn about the regular season. They care about championships or nothing. It's championships or bust. And so the Lakers, when you talk about the Lakers, it's about championships. So you got to go and you got to put together a rock. Now, let me say this. Credit to J.J. Redick, though. Real talk. I'm not going to even look at last night's game and look, because over the past 3 games, they actually been playing some damn good basketball. Mm-hmm. Great win, good win, solid win against the Toronto Raptors, solid-ass win in Denver against the Denver Nuggets. Like, that showed a lot of grit for them to have to come back being down double figures. Kawhi Leonard, we talk about rivalry week. He just got some type of, it's a different type of energy every time he match up against Braun. Now, that's just the truth. We need to go do a study on that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, dude is 47 years old. Come on, let's go.
But I'm just saying, it's championship or bust when it comes to the Lakers. I don't want to give a damn about they play good in spurts defensively at times. We can say that about every team in the NBA.
Okay, so then let's talk about the flip side of what is also looming over the Lakers right now before we close this conversation and get back to basketball. They also asked LeBron last night about Jeanie Buss's report. And he said he doesn't care, also adding that he doesn't talk much to the owners of whatever franchise he is playing for. That goes back to Cleveland, that goes back to Miami. You guys, I'm sure, have heard the clips.
Yeah. So what? I don't like him either.
A team source told ESPN that Jeanie Buss has begun to turn against LeBron behind the scenes. They say she privately complained about Bron's outsized ego and the overt control that he and Clutch Sports exerts over the organization at times. Quote, she didn't like that James was considered a savior for a floundering franchise when he arrived in 2018. A team source alleged that James' camp informed the Lakers as early as 2017 that he was coming to join them when he became a free agent the following year. Things allegedly got worse during the Laker trade for Russ in 21. They went 33-49, missed the playoffs, and James seemed to wash his hands of his role in the acquisition, even though the team had made the trade in an effort to appease him. And finally, Jeanie addressed the allegations, stating, quote, it's really not right, given all the great things LeBron has done for the Lakers, that he has to be pulled into my family drama. To say that it wasn't appreciated is just not true and completely unfair to him. LeBron said he, quote, doesn't care about articles. They don't bother him. Thoughts on the latest report? Rich, we'll start with you.
Yeah. So she's had issue. There's with the sale of the family and then the firing of the family members. And then there's an article that comes out pointing directly at her and things she said. She has come out and said, these aren't true. This is family drama. Like, all we have to do is connect the dots. There's some family drama. So for them to start some drama, maybe there's some things leaked and said. She has come out and said, this is not true. So if this is not true, and it's sad that Bron has to get brought into my family squabble, right? So, and then he says, hey, I don't really, my job is to go play basketball. I don't really listen or communicate with owners like that. Respectful, that type of stuff. So when I look at it, it's like, this is a story that showed up to a non-story that's been moved on, right? I'm not even trying to squash it, but like, we can spin it around. She said it wasn't true and said that he helped win a championship and that this is because of family drama. So what? Like, that's,
to be honest, Richard, here's my thing. Allie, if me and you, let's say I'm Jeanie Buss and I'm talking to my family, which will make more sense once I explain this. What was the first thing she said? She said, hey, we were a floundering organization before LeBron came in there. right?
She doesn't like that's the narrative, but it was the truth.
But again, of course she could say that. She's like, shit, look at who was on that team. I was on a team for 20 games in 2018. They had Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, like Alex Caruso, Zubac. They had a solid team. That's what I'm saying. So for her, she's like, look, we've drafted all this. We just had the opportunity to get LeBron. Yes, we were sort of floundering, but like we weren't that far off. That's like what, 3 or 4 All-Stars on that list, right? So then, and Brooke Lopez was on that team also, and KCP. And Channing Frye. So don't worry about that. So then, what was the next thing she said? She was like, "Oh, I don't like that Clutch Sports is trying to be controlling." Man, every fucking team could probably say that if they've had LeBron
Clutch
or some
also brought Anthony
player.
Davis, which was the final piece to the championship. So Clutch, you could say Clutch did some good, Clutch did some bad. You know, it's about, but Clutch did deliver
regular
you
conversations.
your 2 best
it's not
players.
that big a deal. I just don't think any of these things that she's in this article is not that big a deal.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is that I don't want to say it's a hit piece, but it's like that's like me and you complaining about Perk like eating all the chicken wings. Like it's like this is just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like family little squabbles, and now they're making it because it's LeBron James.
So Bron should just overlook it.
Everybody should overlook it.
I mean, as he was basically saying in the locker room last night,
everybody should overdo it.
What it is.
And this is what I'm saying. Yeah. Unnamed sources have said something, and then a named source has said something. So whispers gossip, and I'm not questioning the validity of Baxter Holmes. I'm saying it's like these are unnamed sources, and then a name behind a statement said, "Hey, this is not true." Blah 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 blah. So I'm like, I can listen to that and move on.
Perk,
if you're an unnamed source, you're a coward. If you're gonna say something, stand behind it. Real talk.
I'm with you.
I hate the unnamed sources. I hate when certain reporters go and certain people report that. Like for example, one executive in the Western Conference said this about another player. Like, no, say who the fuck it is. If you're gonna say now, real talk. If you're gonna say something, stand on that.
Yeah, because there's 50 executives. There's 50 executives, right? So it's like, it could be anybody, it could be anything. And it's like, for you to say that stuff, people don't understand. Those reports will be also put out so that it causes rifts in places.
Yeah.
Right? These are people just trying to capitalize. It's like, Jeannie sold the team. She's not the owner anymore. But these are
billionaire problems.
These are billionaire problems. Like, can we talk about some basketball?
We can go to
Give me those problems. Give me those problems. I take those problems.
Tim Billy for that problem? I'm down.
I'm saying the beef that Jeannie had with her and her brothers, the family feud, all them motherfuckers are billionaires. That's beef. Let's clear.
Someone did say, I just hope if I have family problems, $1 billion come out of it.